Hello, welcome to another episode of Out of Stand Nation. We've got another fantastic week. Actually, how many weeks in a row now have we had trouble with coming up with our lineup? Yeah.
3, 4, something like that.
Yeah. No. I am not playing at all. So
Right.
hopefully you all get to discover something new, a new artist, new song, right? Because this week I've definitely discovered a lot of new artists and songs that I love, and some of them weren't even ones that I've put in the chat or were released for this week. So I have to get you guys caught up later on.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's the same with you guys. So
I mean, there were a lot of debuts too that we had
Man.
to pick from.
yeah, oh my goodness,
Oh yeah.
what do we do? Nick, you want to introduce this first group or song?
All right. So, this first group is a really small group. No one really knows them. This is AKMU.
Not like we haven't talked about them a lot.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
AKMU with their comeback happening. And man, I was not ready for this.
Man. Oh man.
The opening with the guitar, oh my god.
Loved it.
Also, if you know anything about AKMU, you'll know that traditionally Suhyun starts a song, carries a lot of the vocals.
Yep.
Man, when I saw Chanyeok started in the song, I was like, wait, what? And they started and I was like, I'm here. I'm for it.
Oh yeah.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. I remember seeing Nick's reaction. He was like, what? Hold on. Like, Chung Hyuk's starting this. This doesn't feel right.
I love it. I love his vocal timbre here. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And especially for this type of sound style, like this instrumentation, kind of goes back to their indie roots.
A lot of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised to see that, especially coming off of Suhyun's
Alien.
Suhyun's Alien. Yeah, I was like, oh, I don't think they're really gonna go back to that. And then here, of course, the AKMU being AKMU, they have to prove me wrong, and just completely outdo themselves.
Yeah, I almost had the same sense of dread when it first came up. I'm like, all right, AKMU's comeback. Where are they gonna go with this sound? So, and I'm just so pleasantly surprised. I did like it. I liked it, and it's very. I don't know. It's very kind of puts me at ease.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I never really have expectations when I go into listening to music. So, like, I didn't go in with dread or anything. I just was like, all right, let's see how AKMU goes. Because for me, I've always been like a 50-50. I'll either really like it or I'll really hate it. It's.
How can you hate AKMU?
Or not hate it.
I mean, he hates K-pop.
Oh, that's true. But still, AKMU,
I'm just talking about K-pop in general. When it comes to music, I don't try to go in with any expectations of whether I'll like it or hate it. It's just because some artists do unexpected differences, So
I feel like with you, it's not like I'll either like it or hate it. I'll either hate it or I hate it less.
Ow.
Well said.
I feel insulted.
Oh, absolutely. All insults intended.
All insults intended. Ow.
And Suhyun's really fired up today.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, this is AKMU we're talking about, man.
So, I think a big thing that really helps as well, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again. Something that really helps is how well they play off each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which really, because this song style normally is really hard to pull off, this very indie style, unless you have a really good mesh with the other singer.
Right.
I mean, obviously they're gonna have a really good mesh. They're siblings.
Yep.
But that being said, even siblings can have different voice types or voice styles, but they do a little bit, but they mesh it together really well.
Right.
Yep.
It's actually almost impressive. If it wasn't AKMU, I would be impressed.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, the guitar here, just the incorporation of the guitar throughout the whole song, and the way it's kind of in the forefront, but off to the side and out of the way. It really does help kind of carry the song from start to finish. It really does. I loved it. So I really love that.
It also really helps the open soundstage.
Yeah.
They really like that open. AKMU is very well known for their open soundstage, making sure that it really sounds like someone could be singing this on a stage or something similar. And that's really also helped by the reverb on Chen Hyuk's voice at the start as well.
Yeah, and it really does help kind of give that feeling too, that sense of open feeling as you're listening to it. It's just, you kind of feel like free, even sometimes liberated, you know, depending on the song that you're listening to from them. Here you really do kind of have like this kind of open feeling, you know, as you're listening to it. Kind of free, you know. I liked it. I really like that. So I can never really complain when it comes to AKMU.
I mean, I feel like it's against the law too.
Well, you know, on the show it is. Just saying.
True. Isn't that right, Aura?
I'm not saying anything because I feel like I'm gonna be attacked again. Just saying.
Oh yeah.
You will be.
You know, I don't know. I can't think of anyone else that draws like maximum defensiveness out of me and Nick, other than like AKMU. Like when there's the three of us.
I mean, you guys defend
Ruan.
BB pretty hard.
BB and Ruan.
Yeah, you both defend.
Someone insults Ruan and me and Jiyun are scrapping.
Boramyu, Hahin.
True.
Oh my God, Hahin.
Our soloist.
Yeah.
Yep.
So another thing is that like I feel like this song has amazing replayability.
Oh yeah.
You know, man, the first time it came out, I think I sat down and I listened to it probably like 5 times in a row. Normally I like to do at least 2, right? 2 and cap it off. If it's a song that I really like, I get up to like 3 or 4. This one was like up to, like I sat down and listened to it 5 times. So
I don't think I could really get tired of this song.
Yeah.
No, I think the replayability is really, really key for this song as well. I mean, it doesn't ever sound bland or whatever. I mean, I listen to the songs on repeat while we're talking.
Yeah.
And like as the song's been going, like I haven't really realized it's repeated. It felt like one like almost continuous song the entire time.
And you know, I think that's part of I think that is like one of the big pulls of the song is that repeatability. How it just doesn't feel like it ends. And you know, when you love a song, when you really really like a song, it's not a bad thing. You don't want it to end. No.
Right.
All right.
So,
should we look at moving it on?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because like as far as like the music video, like it was pretty straightforward. So, let's go ahead and take it on to this next one. Wow. So, Queens of Sound. This is their first comeback. They're with Find a Way, FAW. So, their debut. I tried finding it. I don't think there's a music video for their debut. They debuted back in May, earlier this year. So, this is I don't know, Nick. Like, what is this?
What is this?
What sound? There's a lot of obviously indie acoustic vibe. A lot of like synth pop. And it really makes this really nice kind of almost indie pop genre.
Yep.
But there is really nothing. I wouldn't say there's really a sound to describe this other than like quite literally. I mean, Nugu.
Yep. Yeah, because as I was listening to it, like it really was kind of a struggle. It was like, it's familiar, right? It's a familiar sound, or a familiar set of sounds, and I was like, I couldn't pinpoint it. I was like, man, because just like you said, right? I hear the indiness to it, I hear the popness to it. I was like,
yeah,
where is it? So,
I get where you feel the familiarity, because it sounds like something you hear often, but not something that is like chart breaking, but is so familiar and you hear often enough that you're like, I recognize this kind of song.
I mean, there was reference to another group as well in the comments. I don't know if you guys saw that as well.
No,
I did not.
The top comment reference Perfleece.
Who?
There were another. It was another. It was a 3-member girl group a while back under Crescendo Music. They debuted back in 2014. Ended up disbanding in 2016.
Okay.
But their sound was very similar.
Okay.
They were actually semi-popular. Members were usually part of other companies at that time.
We have heard the sound too, the song style in American pop a long time ago. I don't know when exactly, like 2005-ish, 2000-ish. It's a very classic American pop style as well.
I would say probably this song is reminiscent of like late 90s.
90s, yes. I was gonna say that was gonna be
mid to late 90s.
Yep. So it has a very
it's with a more updated sound a little bit.
Yep. Yeah.
More updated 808s and stuff.
Exactly.
One thing that really preaches the song's quality is the members being able to play off each other well.
Yep.
But also on top of that is it's not overly repetitive, which is a problem for this type of sound generally. Is if you have too many choruses or too many similarities between verses, it gets to be a problem.
Right.
Also, they've also taken the sound and put in a trap beat under it.
Did they?
Yep. I mean, that's part of what you're saying, like with updating the sound for modern times.
Yep.
So,
Because most modern songs today have some form of hip hop / trap beat under them.
Yep.
In K-pop, it's a little bit different, but generally worldwide, the shift has been towards a more trappy beat underneath. And even in K-pop, we see it as well.
Okay.
Now, one thing for myself with the song, it's generally well produced. For both the music video and the song, mixing and whatnot. There's points in the song where the instrumentation actually kind of interferes with her vocal deliveries, where it's like especially like the resonance off of the guitar. There's points in the song.
I definitely think it could have been mixed better.
Yeah.
That being said, Queens of Sound is under. Queens of Sound is under. Who are they under? VT Entertainment. That's right.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember.
VT Entertainment is not obviously it's not a big company. I think they're actually basically brand new. Because I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, I've never heard of them either.
That being said, it's something for them to learn.
Yeah, because
they have a boy group before, but
it's kind of it's kind of a minor issue. Most people are not going to notice because most people don't have high quality, headphones and whatnot. So it would blend in. So again, I'd say it's a minor issue.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's definitely a problem.
Yeah.
That being said, also one thing that this group showcases a lot is they have an insane vocal range.
Yeah, and it was because of that that I noticed that. Because it was at those points where it's also noticeable in the chorus, where the resonance off the guitar would interfere with the vocals. Like, it was getting in the way. And I was like, man, move that thing off to the side so I can hear these awesome vocals.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Definitely a big thing is having a solid vocal range is really nice, but they also have the power to back it. Mm-hmm. We saw before their series of whistle notes.
Yep. They actually put in a run and then into a slide, and that has a ton of power behind it. But one thing I did notice is they mixed the power down, so it didn't completely overpower the instrumental, which is a great thing. Yep.
It is great recognition by the mixing in that sense, to make sure that they mix it down. Because if it's so overpowering, you'll lose the background instrumentals.
And there was at one point in the song where they did just cut the instrumentals all together to just get out of the way of that power delivery. And at that point of the song, I remember from the very first time I listened to it. At that point in the song, I was like, "Yep, I'm completely sold on their vocal abilities. I have no doubts in my mind that they're good."
They were definitely trained extremely well.
I think they were trained in. It feels like they're trained in the soul style for their vocals.
I would agree. I would say they were probably either trained in a soul style, or they were trained in a very early to mid 2000s style.
Okay.
Around that time we had which was somewhat soul, but also we had like Mariah Carey, stuff like that. That is very similar to how they it's I wouldn't say it's an imitation, but it seems very like a very similar structure.
Yeah, and someone in the comments did actually point out too, like, Mariah Carey is shaking right now.
Yeah.
So.
One thing that really caught my eye in this group is, so Queens of Sound actually has a member of another group, a former member of another group I still stand. You remember when I talked about a group, or with their most popular track being like 7,000 views? That group is called Erisu.
Oh.
Nikki in this group, the short-haired member, is a former member of Erisu.
Oh.
Yeah, her experience shows in here.
Yeah.
And it's just the way, like, you can just hear it in her rap deliveries and just the way she carries herself on camera.
So she's actually been in the industry for 13 years now.
Okay, wow. I was about to say 11. I've at least known that she's been around for at least 11. So 13.
She debuted as a soloist in 2007.
Yep.
And at that time, I think she was 12 years old.
Wow.
Whoa.
Because she's in a 95 liner. So.
Okay.
Yep. So.
Okay. Yeah. Wow.
She has a ton of. She has a ton of like experience. In as well as in the music industry. And so I like super excited to see her as well.
Yep.
But also on top of that is, I think that musical experiences can also transfer to the other members as well. Almost acting as guidance. And she's not the leader, but it definitely acting as guidance.
I mean, we've seen that before with other groups. I mean, more prominently twice with Jihyo, with how long she had spent as a trainee and how much she really helped along the other members prior to debut. Yep.
Definitely.
Same in Eyes One, we've seen that out of Eunbi and Chaeyeon. What's up?
I just want to. You guys are gonna hate me. I'm not fully sold on this group yet. Not because
neither am I.
Yeah. Cause it's. Don't get me wrong. The skills, the singing are really great and all, but for me it's the music video that's holding me back from being fully on board.
Yeah, I mean, I did say it was good production, production work for the video. And I mean, it was like fantastic.
I wouldn't say it's the greatest. I think one of the things that really worked well in the music video was highlighting each member, in the music video for their individual parts. But I very
It was
much
a bit too much. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the camera work for the individual parts. I mean, like, it was kind of a bit. I think it was at that point in the individual parts for the camera work, at least. They should have kind of put it more like a much more static. Kind of made it much more static then, because there was a lot of camera movement to kind of give it kind of a dynamic feel. I get what they were trying to do. I don't think it was executed well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It still feels like a team that is in the works, and that's something that I do find a flaw in this music video as a whole. Like it, just watching it and listening, it doesn't feel like there is a strong, like the vocal delivery, they complement each other really well. But I also feel like there's a little bit of a trying to find a mesh for all the members to kind of feel like they're still a group, instead of because they're all strong vocalists, but the vocals still aren't kind of like yeah.
Yeah. I definitely also felt that. I do know that they probably actually shelled out a good number for this, mostly for the drone.
Yeah.
Drone and drone operators are not cheap. But also on top of that, like, the sets were relatively inexpensive. Like, one was at a bar. But that being said, the bar has to be empty. And on top of that, you probably pay the owner quite a bit of money for that.
Yeah, I mean, that can be resolved by shooting it during the daytime when the bar is not open.
Right.
So
It can be.
You don't have to clear it. So you don't have to clear it out. You don't have to pay the bar owner for the lost opportunity of having patrons in the bar during normal operation. And on top of that, bars are usually not well lit, so you can control the lighting better inside.
True.
But
yeah,
you still have to
definitely-
pay the bar. Yeah, absolutely.
You do
That
have
still
to pay the
costs.
bar. He's going to require money for that. Especially because he's got to have a bartender there. As we saw.
You have to set up the bar. You have to actually get everything out. You know, take out the chairs, the the drinks and whatnot. Yep.
So I would also so I think definitely like the crew is learning how to like properly record everything,
Right.
and how to cut it together and how to mix it. But provided the crew learns fast and they adjust well, this should be an easy promotion to the next comeback.
Yeah. There's one minor thing that they can do that would dramatically improve the overall quality, and that is just get rid of some of the excess movement. That's it. Just that one thing, and it will be a much greater improvement in the overall quality of the music video. All right. Now are you ready to move it on, guys?
Yeah. Let's move it on.
Let's do it.
Aura, you want to bring it in?
All right, so next one. I still can't get over the name of the group. I like the group, I just can't get over the name. We have DRIPPIN with their newest music video, Shine.
Yep.
So
name aside.
names aside. I enjoyed this song, to be honest. I actually really enjoyed this song.
Yep.
It was a very fun song. It's got that whole Boy Scout. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, the Boy Scout theme.
Yeah.
Yep. Very lighthearted feel. Very bright cinematography. And I like I really like that. And it's for all the same reasons why I like Pentagon. And especially with Hump, when they came out with Hump last year. It's a really bright, lighthearted feel, uplifting kind of feel. Now, the uplifting feel isn't just from the music video, but also from the song itself.
Right.
And I just realized this right before we started recording. It's a soul style. And it's gonna feel, and especially at some points in the song, you're gonna recognize some of the chords. Nick. What's it called? Oh man, I had the song too. Lean on Me.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
There's points in the song where it does have some of those chords. So and you know, everybody knows that or I think most people, you know, even regardless of their age, because "Lean on Me" is an old song from, you know, Aura's not as old days. But
back when he was only around 400 years old.
yeah, but a lot even
I didn't
you know,
even say
a lot of
anything
people
this
even
time.
nowadays will still recognize it. So
I didn't even say anything
this-
this time, and I'm being roasted.
This has also been referenced numerous times, this chord progression, by other artists in the American industry, as it's a super popular chord progression. And so I'm not entirely surprised to see it here.
Yep.
I'm sure it's also been referenced in K-pop before as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure.
But
Maybe not throughout a whole song, but at least in parts of a song. Then, so yep.
But in general, I think they used the chords well, and I think their application of the chords where they needed to be were important as well.
Yep. Yeah, you know this. We talked before about how like AKMU is kind of like a really free feeling song, and you know. You kind of vibe to it. This one too, this song too, is also yet another kind of vibe, but much more uplifting, much more free spirited,
Refreshing.
you know, refreshing. Absolutely, good word.
It feels very like unifying in a sense. Like you said, "Lean on Me" it very much feels like a unifying song, and this definitely plays into that.
Yeah, I mean that really works well too with the music video's Boy Scout theme. You know? Yeah.
Right. Like a brotherhood, boyhood, connection kind of thing.
Yeah, boyhood, kind of that kind of innocence feel as well. Like, yeah, I mean, especially like with you know everything that's going on in the world nowadays. You know, this is the kind of song that just really helps. Kind of, it's like kind of like a food for the soul, medicine for the soul.
Right.
Yeah. Because man, you know, you guys just reminded me. There was another song from that you know came out this week that we didn't like. I didn't like, and you said like go listen to you know another song. You know, it'll be like medicine for the ears or whatever, right? Like it'll be, yeah. This is a song too that's just kind of like you know medicine for the ears, medicine for the heart. So
definitely I feel like you could throw this song in a lot of different playlists.
Oh yeah,
and it wouldn't like stand out. I mean, the only thing I think it really ever stand out in is if you threw it like an R&B ballad playlist, and then it'd be kind of weird. But aside from that, I mean, you throw it in a K-pop playlist, you throw it in like an upbeat, uplifting playlist. I mean, it fits in so many different playlists. It's insane.
And you know, one thing too that I would say is a very strong positive for this is what we didn't say about it. You remember how for most of this year and you know last year we always talked about like the Woollim sound. Like Woollim's really kind of like they've really upped their game.
They've really improved.
I'm so happy that Woollim is just you know much more open to experimenting with other styles, other sounds. You know, I almost forgot that this is a Woollim song.
I definitely.
Yeah, I forgot Drippin was under Woollim.
Right.
I think definitely when it came to Queendom, after Queendom, that's when they started experimenting the most with not just their girl groups but all their groups, and I think that's probably one of the most beneficial things from going into something like this. Or so.
And it almost feels like too like you know someone on their production team listens like watches us because like around that time that we were really like ramping up on the on those kind of complaints or those remarks. Like like they really started experimenting. So, oh man, I'm so glad.
I mean,
to the Woolham representative watching us, you're doing a great job.
Right?
Keep it up.
Keep it up.
I mean, if they want to hire us and bring us in as representatives or as someone who
consultants.
Yeah, that's the word, consultants.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll take a board spot if you want.
All right.
But I think in general, this is a great song.
Yeah.
And it's definitely also a great transitional piece. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, go ahead, Jihoon, take this one away.
All right. So, man, I don't think there's anybody who has not heard of this group, even though this is a debut, because they've been heavily promoted from one of the biggest labels in the industry, SM, and already they gave it away. So the moment I said SM, you already know what I'm talking about, Aespa, with Black Mamba.
You were about to say Block Mamba.
Block, yeah, I know, right? Oh my goodness. All right, well, man, where do you even start with this song?
Well, let's start with who Aespa is. Like, it is a so are they considered a 4 or 8 member group? Because
it's a 4+4 group.
Yeah, because I know that when it comes to the members, it's the members and then the virtual counterparts.
Yeah.
So, or avatars is what they define it as.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So essentially, Aespa has a concept where they have virtual members, in which they essentially are also group members.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why we're saying 4+4.
Yep.
At that point, but realistically, what we're seeing here is a 4-member group from SM that have come out with a very, very hard-hitting debut.
Right.
Something that is relatively unexpected from SM.
Yep.
And you've heard us talk a lot about 2 companies when it really comes to repeating things, and that is Woolham and SM. And SM is very known for copy and pasting a lot of things, not necessarily songs, but song styles, structures,
member aesthetics,
even visuals. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I will say, the SM visual is still definitely present here.
Oh yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
And that's something that has worked out for them in the past, and so there's no reason to fix it if it ain't broke.
Yep.
That being said, something that is different is that usually SM groups, when they debut, don't have a super hard-hitting song.
Yep.
Right.
I should say typically the girl groups don't. Boy groups can and have in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I think SM is definitely trying to switch something up, going with a much harder hitting song on debut.
Right.
Yeah, and I think part of that too is just the realization that this is the kind of style that Americans in general, like in particular, really like. So,
and I mean, it's working.
Yep.
Yeah.
45 million views.
Aespa's Blake Mama has 45 million views. Like,
As of
it's
this recording.
working.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, on a debut of 45 million views.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They are backed by SM stans.
Yep.
But also on top of that, there's a lot of people that are like getting into K-pop via this group already.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really crazy for a debut single. Or debut single.
Right.
Definitely really impressed with that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it looks like someone's doing something that I've never seen them do before, in which it looks like they are adding a member.
Are they?
On comeback. If you saw the teaser at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because when did Red Velvet add Getty?
Getty was
On the
quite a
second or
ways
third?
after. I think the third? It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Since Yeti's been in the group so long, I almost forgot she was
Yeah,
an added
you
member.
forget that she wasn't there from the very beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, like that's the
that
only
being
one
said-
I can think of.
Yeah, there's not been a ton of groups, a ton of like
Additions.
members that have been added to groups.
Yeah.
But also teasing the fact that they're adding a member plays really well. If you remember, other groups have done this in the past. A very famous one
ANS.
being ANS, and another one that has a rotating member lineup, Fanatics.
Yep.
So changing member lineup is something that's a lot more normalized now.
Right.
Because if you look back to Gen 2 or Gen 2, Gen 2 even 2.5, if you lost or changed members, usually those members, two things: one, experienced a lot of hate for it,
Right.
Yep.
but also weren't usually accepted by the fandom in general. Which was the same case with Yeti from Red
man.
Velvet.
Yeah.
And that was bad. But now, adding members or changing the lineup is a lot more accepted and a lot more normalized.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I think it's interesting that SM is taking the jump to do this, because I'm sure that they already planned this.
Yep. Scrolling through the comments too, they've got quite a bit of commenters from like Indonesia and Malaysia. Like they've got pretty wide appeal.
Yeah. I've also noticed that there's an appeal from people who are fans of like virtual groups like KDA and whatnot too.
Yeah, I did remember seeing a reference to that somewhere. I don't think it was on one of the YouTube comments. I think maybe like Reddit or something. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a bit of controversy over that.
Right.
But also at the same time, I mean, you throw controversy at SM laughs at you. So I'm sure they weren't really that worried about it.
Because SM don't care.
SM don't care. So as far as that goes, I think that they really had a really nice song structure, especially with the high action EDM sound. Something that is very different as well from Red Velvet.
Yep.
So they're not sharing markets there.
Yep.
Also, these girls, their vocals really suit that high action EDM kind of style. And so I think SM has done a really good job in production of this group as well.
Yeah, I could definitely see all that.
Yeah.
What do you think of the music video?
I found it very interesting. Like, they definitely played into the whole like avatar digital like scenery, because the colors, the environment, it is very much a stereotypical view of the digital like aspect of people who want to display the environment of their area. Well, yes, I thought it was really busy and that there was a lot going on. I think because they were playing into a stereotypical aspect that really worked for them. And
yeah, because I was gonna ask, I would have thought that this music video like this would have been kind of a bit too much for you. Like, a lot of the same complaints that you had, like with Itzy's Dollar Dollar, or what's another like kind of in your face music video.
Right.
So you've seen it before. That you didn't really like those music videos because they were too in your face.
Right.
With like all the colors and elements just being like thrown in there.
For this one, I think it works a lot better because of the theme of the entire music video, because it's definitely used to introduce the members, but it's also used to play up the virtual aspect, the avatars. Something that I do actually find really nice is that yeah, they are using virtual avatars, but they're not like they didn't take over the music video. They were kind of sprinkled in throughout to go, hey, yeah, these virtual avatars are in, but they're not the main draw of the group. It's the members themselves, and that's something I really liked. And like, even though it was chaotic, it the environment didn't draw away from the members, and it wasn't distracting. Like which is the opposite of what I felt with ITZY's Dollar Dollar. The entire environment kind of felt like it distracted away from the members too much, and that's why I wasn't very into it. But I think with SM, they've done a really good job trying to find the balance, and that's something I've always really appreciated about SM's music videos, is that they're really good. The video quality, production quality has been really good.
You know, it's weird for myself because like I've said before, like I've got a bit of a SM burnout, and like, I feel it even in their music videos. Like when I see the music video here, it's like it's an SM music video.
Right.
So.
Right.
Okay, and again, it just goes back to like, because I've been following SM for so long. Like yeah, it's just I'm like, I guess I'm fine like at that burnout stage. It's not to say that the music video is bad or that it's I'm not even saying that the music video itself is bland or cookie cutter or anything like that.
Right.
It's just the like the camera work and the presentation is very SM.
Yes, it is very much SM.
Yep.
And like it's the camera work style that they use is very much more predominantly I've seen in SM boy group music videos.
Boy groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
very action oriented.
So it's actually really nice to see it in a girl group music video that they produce. So
yeah,
that's probably another aspect that made me very into this music video, is instead of using the usual SM girl group camera work, they used the SM boy group camera work.
Yeah, because for me, Super M like directly came to mind. Like it was the first thing that came to mind when I was thinking about the camera work. So, yep, absolutely. So, all right. Man, as always, recommend it. Check it out. I mean, geez, it's at a 1.7 million likes with 78,000 dislikes. Like that's a pretty good ratio right there. So, chances are you'll probably love it too. So. Nick, you got anything else with the song?
I think I covered pretty much everything I had.
I forgot to ask you about the drop. They had that one drop in there. What'd you think?
I mean, I'm always a fan of hard drops.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
I thought it was pretty warranted.
I was honestly surprised that you didn't hype it up more for the drop. So.
I mean, I think the drop here. My favorite type of drop is drops that are surprises, like super hard surprise drops. Biggest one is probably like 4 Minutes Hate, for example.
Or what was that one from Elris? Oh my god, from earlier this year. Yeah, I know.
We know the same song.
Yeah,
we just can't remember the name.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll find it later, right after we're done recording.
Yeah.
But in general, I like those really hard drops. This drop wasn't a really surprise to me.
Yeah, it was kind of. I mean, I guess for me, what the surprise was where it happened in the song, because I expected it to happen just a little bit later. But yeah, other than that, this is a good solid production. So I mean, it's SM.
Very.
Yeah.
Would you expect any less?
No, not really.
All right. So you guys ready to move it on?
Yeah.
Of course.
All right. So, Choi Cello. This one popped up in my feed. Was not expecting this. I actually, I was actually
I'm kind of insulted it didn't pop up in my feed.
I know. I was
out of everyone, I would have thought it would have been
Nick. Yeah, I was honestly surprised that. Like, at first I thought like, okay, well, maybe it did pop up in Nick's feed. And he just didn't think that the rest of us would like it, so that's why he didn't post it. But
or Ji-hoon got to it first,
and I just popped it in, and yeah, it was weird.
It never even popped up in my feed.
Yeah, I'm honestly insulted by YouTube for that. Insulted on your behalf.
A little bit, but of course, now that I said that, it's gonna only pop up in my feed. Like, it's just gonna be like 15 listings of like, here's your video.
Yeah.
Dang.
So, Nick, take it away with the song and this artist.
Okay, so this is Choi Cello. I don't know a ton about the artist in general. I know that this song was produced and composed by her. It was also written by her.
Yep. Oh, really?
She performed the guitar as well on this.
Okay.
As well as obviously the vocals and background vocals. So a big part of this song is the very, very forward lo-fi aspect.
Yep.
This is a straight lo-fi song.
Yep.
And we've talked about it before, but I am a huge fan of lo-fi.
Yep.
I listen to lo-fi all the time. When I'm not listening to K-pop, I'm listening to lo-fi.
Yep.
And
we've talked about lo-fi quite a bit before too, especially like last year, towards the end of last year.
Yep. So like when I heard the opening phrase for the song, I knew I was gonna like love it because it is right up my alley.
Yep.
On top of that, she has an airy vocal that really fits that lo-fi style as well. Because the thing about lo-fi is intentionally made low quality.
Right.
That is the whole point. Is what lo-fi stands for is low fidelity.
Yep.
And that just means it used to be that it wasn't intentionally made low quality. It was just the way it was produced. But now it's intentionally made low quality because that's its own style, its own aspects.
Yep.
And a big part of lo-fi, two things that give away that it's lo-fi, is that guitar being like muffled, but also on top of that having a more like jazz rhythmic flow. Because lo-fi is based off of jazz style.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I remember someone had kind of equated it to a more modern take on elevator music.
Oh, I would love...
That's pretty accurate, actually.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind if this played while I was riding the elevator.
Same. Or in a cafe.
Right?
You know? In a cafe, coffee shop.
A lot of cafes today play lo-fi. Simply because it's just really nice to listen to. It's out of the way. You could actively listen to it or you could passively listen to it. And that's really hard for a genre to accomplish.
And so for this song, part of that, what makes it still really, really viable for actively listening to, especially, is her R&B style vocals.
I got an idea
vocals,
now.
Very, very, very atmospheric, but also
What's your
at
idea?
the same time engaging. So
we'll drop this podcast and open an ISN cafe, and we'll just play lo-fi K-pop music.
See, you jest, but that is actually one of my like dreams, is to have a cafe. So
let's do it.
You're messing with my dreams here, bud.
We'll make food. We'll make coffee, tea, whatever.
3 cafes. We'll have 3 cafes.
Oh no!
ISN-N, ISN-J, ISN-O, right? For the 3 different cafes, and they're all painted in our styles.
So mine is black and white.
Because like
yours is gonna be Nugu.
Well,
Nugu Cafe.
Yeah, like when I say painting in style, I wasn't just talking about only visual aesthetic. I was also talking about like the kind of music that be played, your kind of overall theme, because we all got our different.
I see. So Jihoon plays "Oh My Girl," I play SIS, and Aura plays nothing because he doesn't like K-pop. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I read you perfectly there, Jihoon.
Exactly. So.
Aura plays like 1500s, like.
Or that's up with the or Guzheng is played on the lap. So yeah.
Guzheng or Erhyu or any of those.
Yeah.
I mean, I would play those, but still
reminds him of his childhood. Reminds him of his childhood.
Oh, and they do like food. What food?
Yep. What food?
I like food. I eat and consume good food. Okay.
I mean, nowadays you do, but back in those days you struggled.
Man, it was a hard time.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
All right.
So, I think as well, like I talked about before, a big thing for this song is just that replayability aspect.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, like, it doesn't get old, and that is a great thing about lo-fi in general, is that you can listen to the same lo-fi song on repeat, and it just doesn't get old.
Right.
You know, and that's mostly because of how non-conforming it is to a very specific structure.
Yep.
Right.
So, this song, I could put it on the same playlist I would put AKMU on. They're different styles, but the overall feel, it's kind of a different feel as well. But I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of like what it would do is kind of switch up your mood. It'll help, that playlist will help kind of drive your mood. And this song, once you get done with something much more kind of uplifting, this one kind of brings you down and just chill and relax and melt away into your sofa as you're sipping on your tea.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this song is for me.
So, if you had to guess, how long would you say this artist, based on her vocal style and vocal control, how long would you say that she's been in the industry?
I mean, I kind of already cheated on that, so.
Okay, Aura, go ahead.
Okay, considering you asked that question, I'm gonna say 2 years, because I feel like I'm supposed to expect something long, but it's actually really short.
Try only a couple of months.
Yep. She debuted
Half year.
2020.
Yep. February 21st, 2020 is when she debuted.
Okay.
Yep.
And
which, by the way, this is already her 4th release.
It's her 4th?
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep. She's been debuted for 10 months?
Yep.
Time to just listen to it all. Just listen to it all.
Yep. 100%. She is releasing these.
Yep.
As fast as she can.
Right.
Yeah, she's listed as an R&B artist. So.
Okay.
Is she?
Yep. At least on Genie.
Interesting.
So.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. Yep.
I'm gonna have to definitely go back and listen to the rest of her music.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Because this is the first song I've heard from her. But if all of her songs are lo-fi like, I'm gonna be in love.
Or at the very least R&B. If she listed as an R&B
Yeah.
artist, even if it's not lo-fi, if it's R&B, I think she's gonna be on my list of artists to watch.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. So. Oh.
Yeah, 100%. So.
Yeah. Aura, did you have something for the song?
No, other than it was really good and people should listen to it, I don't got anything else to say.
My only complaint, this is a major one. It's only got 10,000 views out of this recording.
Yep.
Yeah, so
please.
My only complaint, same. Honestly, just like the worst part about the song is that it ends.
the worst part about it is,
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so you guys ready to move it on?
yeah. Let's
one?
let's pick it up because we know Nick won't.
Yep. So, actually, Aura, you want to take it?
Okay. So, we have a comeback with with the WOODZ, and WOODZ has gotten rid of the mullet. Thank you to
hairstylist.
I didn't mind the mullet. These two are grateful for the loss of
It
the.
shouldn't come back. It shouldn't come back.
But yeah, WOODZ has come back with the music video "Bump Bump."
Yep.
And he's gone full blonde. He's gone full blonde for this music video.
Yep.
I think you mean he's serving visuals?
He's serving visual.
Because he looks good with that blonde hair.
Oh yeah, he definitely does.
Yeah, I'll probably have to say it's probably one of my favorite looks from him. So.
Honestly, yeah.
And it works really well with this music video with this song. I really like the song from the very opening, start to finish. I really love this song.
Right.
So we still got his hip hop style with the vocal deliveries. The musical accompaniment though it is actually kind of a mix of older American punk rock. Like I want to say like early 2000s punk rock. And yeah, you kind of just mix that in with your hip hop elements. The instrumentation is really where the punk rock feel comes in. So and the chords. It's got some of those punk rock again, early 2000s. So that's kind of adds to like a kind of a nostalgic feeling. Oh, and the shouty when he come in like bump 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 like from the like the kind of shouty chantiness, again signature of American punk rock. Yep. So Nick, why don't you kind of take us more into the song?
So a big thing about this song is when it comes to the song, a critical thing is keeping momentum.
Right.
Momentum is critical because if you slow down, it's really hard to build back up.
Yep.
If you notice, the song started really fast and built a ton of momentum. That's because you really have to do that with the song, and then you can't really slow down that much.
Yep.
If you notice, even in the slower parts, it was still fast. It was still high energy.
Yep.
And that's because with the chords and stuff that they have here, primarily the beat and the guitar, it's just not an instrumentation that's really easy to pick back up.
Yep.
And they raise the energy going into the end with the modulation. What a modulation is when you hear the song get higher pitch, like everything go higher. It's what it is. It's called changing key, and the key signature is what all the chords are in and everything else. Common key signature would be like C major.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, and we have seen that a lot with that kind of era of American punk rock / pop rock. Trying to think of like bands from that era.
Smash Mouth.
Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
It's done that as well. So from that era. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. But in general, they did that really well. I will say it's not really my type of song.
Yeah, for me, that era has really come and left for me, right? I don't go back to listen to the songs at all. It's
I also think that while that is fine, this genre caters really towards hiding vocals. So if you have any flaws in your vocals, this is a great genre for that. But we already know how Justin is, right? We know his vocals are insanely good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's, if you remember back to our produced draft, me and Aura were fighting over him.
And then we never picked him up.
Yeah.
Shh. Me and Aura were fighting over him. That's because he had before Produce 101, Produce X 101, he had a debut, or not a debut, a song posted on YouTube that was really solid. But I don't think he needed to go with a genre here that really hit his vocals. Yep. I don't think that was the smartest choice for a song. And I get it, you want to do high energy, but there are other ways to do high energy, in my opinion.
Right.
So I think that was in general just not a solid choice, because the music in general, the way that they've structured it, is very crashy.
Yeah, very crashy. And again, that's a signature of that style, right? So I mean, punk rock, pop rock, it's gonna be crashy. So
yeah.
I will say he does have the timbre for this song, because you need to have a really high vocal nature for it, and he does have a very nasally kind of vocal nature for it,
which works really well because again, I just remembered another band from the era, Blink-182, the vocalist, same or similar type of timbre. So it just really helps kind of cement it all. Like that's exactly what the sound that the song is going for. So
because going along with the rest of the music video, it very much seems like that rebellious era with the punk rock.
but also really fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I can definitely see this being in like a movie's party scene. Like they just bump it in the back, and it's like bump bump, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's just something it'd be that you would just see in a party scene. Maybe see like WOODZ just be on stage, just sing this, and everybody just enjoying the music during the party.
Yeah, you know, that's what I really enjoyed about this this whole package. Is, you know, the overall fun feel of the song, the high energy fun feel, and just same with the music video. It's a lot of just fun, free spirited energy, a little bit some of that rebelliousness, but just, overall they're just having fun. Definitely it's the kind of movie that I've been into as well. So and it's WOODZ. Cho Sung-yeon, come on, man.
Yeah.
So, we love him. You should love him too.
Yep.
All right. So, you guys ready? Moving on to our pick of the week.
No.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
I was hoping you would forget.
Oh no, I was right. What do we pick?
Okay. Who is the one that is closest to no? Who has a choice down to 2?
I do.
I do. Yeah.
I do not.
Okay, this is gonna be a problem.
I can start it. I have my pick.
All right, go for it.
Oh, this is painful. So I was between Queen of Sound and Choi Cello. No surprise. My pick of the week is I'm actually a big fan of this genre, so naturally I'm going to pick it. My pick is going to be Queen of Sound.
Okay.
I really liked how they meshed, and even if there was mixing problems, I think that the way that they transitioned into each other and also the flow of the song is great. That being said, Choi Cello is definitely going on my playlist as well.
Yeah.
So
for myself, I'm between AKMU and Choi Cello. WOODZ was also within DRIPPIN as well. So, you know, it started with a 4-way for me, and then got down to a 2-way. So I'm gonna have to go with Choi Cello.
All right. Yeah. So mine are AKMU, Aespa, and Choi Cello. I've got it down to 2.
Which I'm really surprised that Choi Cello got a mention from all 3 of us.
It definitely shows that like Choi Cello is really good, even if it doesn't end up as our top choice for any of us. Like, it is worth a listen, and how good that she really honestly is, and how good the song is.
Which I picked her, by the way. So
yeah,
I picked her on all 3 of you guys, all 3 of our behalves.
Okay.
There you go. I got you guys.
For concept alone, I'm going to have to say Aespa, because while it was not my favorite among the songs, it was actually my favorite among the concepts, with how interesting it is. And I actually really want to see where Aespa goes with their concept.
Right on.
Alright.
Time for quick shots?
Yeah, let's go with quick shots.
let's do it.
Alright. Starting off with Aura.
Which I'm kind of surprised that I'm the one that's starting with this one, because Jihoon's usually the Luna person. But Luna has just released their newest music video with Star. And I've got to admit, it's actually really good and actually fits my taste.
He says as if Luna was never good.
He says it fits his taste, but the song style is also from the 80s, which he would remember from his earlier years.
I am going to say that my biggest disappointment is that it doesn't continue with the who, what, where kind of deal. That's that's
yeah.
my biggest disappointment. It's like
Yeah.
who it is and all that.
Yeah.
They just needed to continue with that trend. I needed the who, what, where, how, and why.
Now I just never feel complete for you.
Right? I feel an emptiness. Okay.
Yep. Well,
Okay, so another quick shot is Bling Bling. Bling Bling is a company. Bling Bling is a group from the company Major 9. Major 9 is a company that's been around for a few years now. They had another like R&B centered group.
Yep.
But they've never had like a big, like huge breakout group from what I understand. That being said, Bling Bling is their debut, and it is actually really, really good. It is more in the realm of trap hip hop, with also some like other Latin influences as well.
yeah, like was it Brazilian? Something Brazilian, right?
It's like kind of Brazilian pop almost.
Yeah.
They actually have a ton of views for this, being a group that wasn't really talked about before.
Yeah.
Their song GGB has 5.1 million views,
Which is really good for a debut.
yeah, which is really, really good. That would be the breakout debut this week if it wasn't for Aespa.
Yeah.
To put that in to let you guys know as well, we have there was 5 debuts actually this week, so definitely make sure to go like check that out.
Yep. We'll have them listed in the description below.
Yep, 100%.
Man,
All right.
one heck of a week, guys.
Right?
Yeah, it's been nuts.
Yeah.
We about ready to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
All right. Thank you for watching. This has been Isle Nation. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell icon if you want to know when we upload in the future. We have a Discord if you want to hop in, talk to us. Also, we drop things of what we might talk, videos of what we might talk about for the next week. There we go. We have a Twitter. Make sure you go follow that. We also post there when we upload. What else? We have a Patreon. If you like our content and want to consider giving back so we can make even better content for you guys, make sure you go check that out. Link in the description will be in the description down below. And yeah, we will see you guys next week.
Bye.